Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Before we get into the propaganda and the news today, did you see this hoodie I got made? It says, "A critical thought is not a conspiracy theory." Pretty dope, right? And I got it. I got it made by RushOrderTees.com. Charged me $47 for it, and this is a great way to pound pavement and get people's attention without even having to say a word. On the back of this, it says, on 9/11, you were told Flight 77 hit the 77-foot tall Pentagon 77 minutes after taking off on the 77th meridian west, traveling 777 feet per second. Are you a coincidence theorist? That's exactly what it says on the back. It asks the question. So I've got a lot of responses from people that have said that. They've come up and been like, "Oh, I like your shirt or that or your hoodie. That's really interesting. I got to research more about that." So started talking to them a little bit about 9/11, a little bit about coronavirus, educating them about Event 201, Clade X, Project Amalgam Virgo. Some of their heads almost exploded. They're like, "Wow, I need to research some of that." So I think we got a few new recruits. But anyway, the Jesuit ass clown Tom Wolfe, he is worried that we might have to reinstate masks January 17th because that's when the mask mandate ends in all schools, kindergarten through 12th grade. So we're going to read a little bit of this. I'm not going to go into too much detail, and then I'm going to show you the joke of this. So it says, Governor Tom Wolfe announced the intention to return the Commonwealth K through 12 school mask requirements to local leaders on January 17, 2022. Upon the expiration of the statewide mandate, local school officials will again be able to implement mitigation efforts at local levels. It says at the time, schools may continue to require mask wearing based on what the CDC says, right? Just like your government says, it's about being kept safe by your government. So we're going to read this quote by Tom Wolfe, and then I'm going to show you the joke of this. He goes, "The school mask order has been critical in ensuring Pennsylvania's children could safely learn and grow in an in-person classroom setting at the beginning of the school year," said Governor Wolfe. "During the announcements, my administration made clear that we would continue to reevaluate the status of the school mask mandate. Now we are in a different place than we were in September." Now remember, September 7th was when he mandated masks for I think preschool and early childhood education classrooms, which I have a prior video on. Which I had to be very careful not to get deleted for medical misinformation, which that's why this video is titled what it is. There's a lot of misinformation I'm going to present at the end of this, but I just want you guys to understand that it's all going to be a coincidence and a conspiracy theory. So where was I here? Oh, he goes, "Unfortunately, the COVID-19 virus is now a part of our daily lives. But with the knowledge we've gained over the past 20 months and critical tools like the vaccine at our disposal, we must take the next steps toward our forward in full recovery." So the next steps, guys, are to rush out and get the criminal vaccine made by a company known for killing people that has been sued more than any other company in the world for wrongful death or injury. Just like Bill Gates at his 2010 TED Talk, talking about how we need to depopulate the earth, and the best way we can do that is by doing a good job with vaccines. Don't forget, Bill Gates was born the year that they stopped the polio vaccine from killing people. But anyway, that's all medical misinformation and coincidence. I don't want to forget that. This is all Looney Tune conspiracy theory. He said, now look at what he ends with here. Look at this coincidence. He says, with more than 70% of adults vaccinated in Pennsylvania and the recently expanded vaccine eligibility, which was also by the numbers, I strongly encourage parents to take safety measures to protect their children and their family, like getting vaccinated. So I just want to say to all the parents out there, you want to rush out and make sure that you get your children that vaccine, because you are a horrible parent and a horrible human being if you don't believe and comply with everything the government tells you. Because one thing the history of government and media has told us is these people are not liars, these people are truthers, and these people care about your best interest. Think about Joe Biden, right? Going on there talking about how the pandemic's not about freedom. It's about being kept safe by your government. And that makes a lot of sense, because when you think about all the stupid things that people in the media have been fired for supposedly discrimination and things like that, people like Howard Stern and Arnold Schwarzenegger are getting praised for saying, fuck your freedom. So the pandemic's not at all about freedom. We're not losing any rights or liberties as a result of the pandemic. This has nothing to do with getting the mark of the beast, which coincidentally the number of the beast is 666, and they did simulate the Clade X simulation 666 days before the pandemic was declared March 11th, 2020. And, in Revelation 13:18, it talks about how you need to get the mark of the beast in order to buy or sell, kind of like how you need to get the mark of the beast, one letter off from mask, in order to participate in society. Again, it's all a big coincidence, though. But it goes on to say here, currently Pennsylvania is ranked 5th nationally in first doses of vaccines administered, with more than 70% of Pennsylvania's ages 6 to 18 or older fully vaccinated. And I must say that I'm very disappointed, and I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that I am not one of them. I mean, because I'm very ill. You guys can definitely tell. I mean, I'm extremely sick. I'm totally unhealthy. And that's a result of, I wasn't following any of the mask mandates. I wasn't social distancing. I wasn't, I had a total disregard for human health over the last year. I mean, that's what you get for not getting the vaccine, not wearing a mask, not social distancing, not complying with government. I could drop dead at any second, honestly. And I mean, I'm embarrassed that I'm not one of those 70%, So again, please do your part. Please get the vaccine, please get your children vaccinated. Because here's the coincidence of this. Notice how from the date of this article, November 8th, 2021 to January 17th, 2022, the date the mask mandate ends for schools, notice how it's 70 days. And in this conspiracy theory known as Gematria, which coincidentally is what your calendar, currency, and language are based off of, notice coronavirus and COVID vaccine also sum to 70. It's kind of interesting, right? So does Independence Day. Remember Joe Biden saying he wanted 70% of America vaccinated by Independence Day? Again, that's, it's coincidence, but Vatican and Francis are also 70. And, the Jesuits are not at all behind this. And, in light of Tom Wolfe talking about how we're in a different place than we were in September, remember what he did on September. Effective September 7th, which is a date written 7-9, and coincidentally, his full name sums to 79, and so does Society of Jesus, which he coincidentally is a part of. Notice that news for the mandate for child care programs and early learning in Pennsylvania. That was, August 31st. And coincidentally, from that news to this news is exactly 70 days as well. So, there's some interesting coincidences here. But, yeah, I mean, that is the face of a truthful man right there. Just like the face of his wife is the face of a beautiful, honest woman. So we'll leave it there, guys. We got some coincidences with that, with our Ball State Cardinals tonight on Patreon. I'm going to post that when I'm done here. So if you are on Patreon, look out for that. But till next time, guys.